Humans are incredibly complex. One of the things that makes us less complex is understanding that we are basic creatures that need something to do every day. And when we don't have something to do, and even worse, when we don't have something to do that we feel is meaningful, our lives fall apart. If we have a job that we don't care about, it kind of sucks. If we have a job that we have to go to, but we don't know why we're at that job, it kind of sucks. If we don't have a job, it kind of sucks. We need something to do. We need a purpose. We need a meaning to sustain the very essence of our existence. The complexity of human beings cannot be understated, but the simplicity of human beings, i.e., we wake up in the morning, we got to do something, and that lets us get through the process of life, is very simple at the end of the day, even though the complexity of humans is very intricate. So we need meaning, we need purpose, we need to know what we have to do. For those who have watched Breaking Bad, there will be some spoilers here, so if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry, you could probably click out this video. But for those who have watched Breaking Bad, and I probably won't give too many spoilers, I'll just talk about like the overall thesis of the plot. Walter White is a chemistry teacher. He felt for 50 years of his life he had zero purpose, and eventually, when he gets cancer, he has to make money because he doesn't want to take money from some of his rich friends. He wants to pay for his own treatment. He decides to go start selling meth, and he starts this entire drug empire. Now, the entire series of the show covers how Mark Zuckerberg, I just did a video on Mark, how Walter White basically creates this drug empire and is able to then scale his operations to be able to make hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever amount of money he makes as a result of doing something incredibly illegal, selling meth. And there's a lot of killing involved and blood and all this stuff, but that's how the series takes itself. Now, by the second season, he didn't need to keep selling. He had enough money. He made enough money. He didn't need to keep doing it. He was able to fund his chemotherapy. He was done. He was good. But he kept selling drugs. He kept selling meth. And the whole thesis of the show, in my opinion, is that at the end of the day, when you've been denied purpose for so long in your life, when you've been denied meaning for so long in your life, and now you finally have the opportunity where you feel like you're in control, you're in charge, you get to set the narrative, no one gets to tell you anything, it is your life, your existence. You have the fabric of humanity in the palm of your hands because you're actually controlling what goes on. You have the ability to assert your will over the world. You don't quit that. You don't let that go. You fight for that feeling because that feeling is addicting. That feeling is beautiful. And to be honest, that feeling is what makes people feel alive. So Walter White kept selling drugs. I think the Dogecoin Millionaire, the guy who put $180,000 into Dogecoin when it was 0.000 something cents a couple of years ago, and then it ran up to 70 cents in May 2021, which took his 180,000 to about 2.9 million, and didn't sell, is for the same reason. He needed purpose and meaning in his life. And today we are going to talk about, in his own words, why he did not sell and why I think his story is very similar to Walter White at the end of the day when it comes to purpose and meaning. So let's take a listen to what he has to say.
When I was up $2.9 million, almost $3 million. And if I regret not selling, right? It's so funny because I never thought the comments would get to what they're at now. Let's just go through my comment section. You know, everybody's just making fun of me. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I should have sold. You know, just mean comments, just jerk comments, just a lot of hate that I'm getting right now. I never thought it'd get to this. I never thought it would like kind of flip on me like that. You know what I mean? Like, because back then I actually thought I was standing for something. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to hold down a community. I was trying to kind of push this new agenda, this Dogecoin agenda forward, preach about cryptocurrency, bring people into cryptocurrency. I feel like I helped a lot of people become interested in crypto. And even if they didn't buy Dogecoin, they bought Ethereum, they bought Bitcoin, they bought Cardano, they bought something else, I hope that I had a positive impact on a lot of people.
So notice what he's saying right here is like, I don't regret selling because the brand and identity that it created around my existence as the Dogecoin guy, the crypto guy, the guy that gets people interested in currencies and this new digital economic infrastructure meant that I had a purpose. I was that guy, right? Jim Cramer's purpose is he's the stocks guy. Justin Bieber's purpose is he's the music guy. And yes, sometimes it's hard to niche people down into one thing and it kind of is reductive towards those identity. But at the end of the day, a lot of people see people, like I see Jim Cramer as the stock guy. I don't really care about Jim Cramer's advice around love, right? I see him as the stock guy. Now, Maybe if he talked about love one day, I would care about him because I already give him my attention around stocks. But nonetheless, he's boxed into that category, at least in my attention span, and all of us have limited attention spans to think of other creators and people in the world. The Dogecoin Millionaire, when he got this popularity, this fame, this media attention around being the Dogecoin Millionaire, he didn't want to let that go by selling out. Now, I think there's some nuance to it. I think, and he admits in the video, he could have probably sold a little bit and pocketed some of the cash. But the idea of holding on to the coin and having this like movement around you where you are the catalyst for that movement, you are the face of that movement, that's incredibly powerful. That gives you a lot of meaning, a lot of purpose in your life. You could sell the 3 million. Walter White could have stopped selling drugs, but you don't want to because then the movement dies and then your purpose goes away.
Last year, and I felt like at that time I felt like it was more important for me to just kind of like hold it down for everybody, and I just dump on everyone and like peace out, I'm cashing out, I'm gonna go chill on an island somewhere. Like I actually wanted to do good, you know what I mean? That was the whole point of me holding diamond handing. Like I don't know, I feel like I truly believed and still believe in Dogecoin. I truly believe that this is going to be the way of the future, and apparently we're still early. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, if I could, I'll put it this way: if I could go back in time in my DeLorean, if you watch the Graham video, you get my reference. If I could go back in time in my DeLorean, would I have sold all $3 million worth of Dogecoin and just pieced out and just like, went away somewhere and just said screw everybody? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have sold all. I
believe him when he says this, by the way. I really do, especially because of what he's about to say next. But I truly, and I'll talk about why I believe him in a second.
$3 million worth of Dogecoin, but I do believe that I would have sold $1 million. I would have been okay with that. Because I feel like, in a sense, that would have solidified me as the Dogecoin millionaire, right? Because I made $1 million off Dogecoin. It would have been a win-win situation for me at that time, because the way that I was looking at it, I was so gung-ho and I was so like pumped, in playing this role and playing this part and helping people see the way of the future, that I just neglected myself, my loved ones. Like at that time, it was more important to like kind of stand for something and believe in something with my whole heart. You know what I mean? I would have sold $1 million. It's funny because I talked to Andre, I had talked to Graham, I talked to Meet Kevin, and everybody said the same thing: sell, 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 sell. And I was holding strong. I was diamond handing. I was saying I'm not gonna sell. And it was either like one way or the other, right? Let's say Dogecoin did hit $1, then I completed not the task, but like that would have been a milestone for everybody holding Dogecoin, and I would have sold $1 million, which is what I had told people. I would have sold a percentage of it when we hit $1. A lot of people in the comment section now are just saying, "Oh, you were too greedy. You were too greedy." It was not about being greedy. Trust me. If I was greedy, I would have just cashed out. Like, it was not about being greedy at all.
And that's it for me. I'll leave the link in the video so you guys could watch more of it as analysis. But that's kind of what I wanted to point out there. There's a couple of things that are incredibly important to see right there. Number one, all these people, Meet Kevin, Graham, all these finance influencers, they're like, "Hey, you should sell. You should take some profits. It's time to take some money." And he's like, "No, I'm saying gung-ho on this mission, this goal." And then other people are like, "Oh, you're greedy. Like, you just want more and more money." That's not what it's about here. Walter White in Breaking Bad, it's not that he was greedy and he wanted more money. He wanted the game. He wanted the process. He wanted the ability to be like, I can keep going. It's not about making 30 million or 40 million. It's about, what do I have to do to get that extra 10 million? How much more thrill do I get out of life to get there? So I think it's incredibly short-sighted for people to say he was greedy. If he was greedy, take the $3 million, right? Just like, basically you got a jackpot of $3 million, take it. The whole goal is not 3 million to 10 million. The whole goal is, how is my brand as the catalyst, as the face of this movement, as he says, as the role of the Dogecoin millionaire manifests itself, if I'm able to actually be the guy that is the guy because I've stayed true to my conviction, right? The guy that didn't sell, no matter how bad it got, no matter how good it got, I didn't sell. I was that guy. What happens there is you earn trust, you earn respect, and you earn a level of commitment by the masses because they're seeing what you're doing is so audacious, so bold, so irrationally confident that they have no other thing to do but follow your journey and give you their attention. And in today's day and age, you could say attention and having 1 million subscribers on YouTube is way more valuable than $3 million. And I think ultimately that's what he was thinking about if it's pure financial. It's like, well, if I get all this attention in the world and I'm the catalyst for this movement, I'm definitely going to benefit on the upside from a financial perspective. But outside of that, the purpose and meaning that I get to be able to carry this out, to go all the way, to go all in and do something, which is what Walter White did in Breaking Bad, it's the thrill, the hunt of the journey. And that's why I think the Dogecoin Millionaire, if he's watching this, I believe you when you say you don't have regrets. Now, would you want to have sold 1 million? Yeah, and that would have been awesome. That is the win-win. I get it. But when you're in the mission and when you're in that journey, it's like sometimes you just don't want to compromise at all. You want to play the role. You want to go all in. You want your persona to be defined by this thing that you were able to create. You put 180 grand into Dogecoin and you were the one that was up all this money. You're now the face of this thing and you want to continue to sustain that attention. Humans are complex and purpose is incredibly necessary for us to have a meaningful existence. And if we don't have purpose, we lack the ability to even feel that life is meaningful. And the things that people will do for purpose is incredible. Some of you may be thinking, well, the money would have been great. You could go buy stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. The money's always going to be cool. But when you've got a sense of purpose and it's real purpose, you really feel something, sometimes all the money in the world can't make you sell out of that. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for listening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should he have sold? Does the purpose justify not selling? And what would you have done if you were in that situation? Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.